Hi fam, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. I'm filming this video actually to specifically welcome the 1,000 of you that have joined the family since the last time I filmed a Q&A. So at every like 1,000 or landmark kind of subscriber count, I like to do either like a giveaway or a Q&A. So we've hit 7,000 subs despite my inconsistencies and flakiness, so I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. And yeah, so I'm just going to be answering some of your questions. So I put out like a community post asking for, you know, questions, and then I also put it up on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram at Akubi, because I'm obviously more like active there. I'll start with the questions on YouTube. Okay, I'm just literally gonna go down the list. Okay, Abby says, I just want you to be more consistent with your vlog. There's too much AWOL on your part, but I love everything about you. Okay, that isn't really a question, so thank you for your feedback. I know that, you know, obviously my inconsistency is affecting my progression on YouTube, but I'm working on it and it's a journey. I've never said I was perfect, so I'm trying, and obviously this period has given me the chance to like re-strategize and recuperate, so I'll definitely be more consistent because I do want to keep growing. Another question from Ashley. I want to know what your parents feel about your new boo. Do they approve of your new relationship? I'll come back to this later because there were a lot of questions about my relationship on Instagram. Next question, Carrington Akosa, I love you but in a friendly way, big fan. Thank you, Carrington. Not a question, so thank you. Joyce, next question. Joyce, what are some tips you have for consistency and discipline in terms of work, your social platforms, and your business? I don't know if that's shade, because obviously everybody knows I'm not very consistent, but I think what I've been trying to do now to help myself is to have a schedule. So, you know, just have a plan of, you know, like a content calendar, basically what you're trying to do at which certain time and what you're trying to put out at which certain time, and then having that schedule and having that routine kind of helps you just stick to it and be more consistent. And obviously everybody knows that like consistency is one of the key ingredients to success on YouTube, or in fact success in anything in life in general. Sorry, I'm going to keep touching my hair because I did like a braid out for y'all, but clearly it failed. As you can see, some of my hair was still wet, some of it is just, yeah, patchy, but I'm experimenting. One Kenneth said, how are you finding content creation in a pandemic and YouTube profitability for you? I'm loving the pandemic because it has obviously given me the opportunity to slow down. I feel like me saying I'm loving the pandemic is a bit insensitive, so you know, I'm not loving the pandemic because I know obviously so many people have lost their lives, so many people have lost their resources, are facing struggles financially, so many people are just, you know, even losing time and energy, especially our healthcare workers that are having to be on the front lines of all of this. So, you know, I hope everyone's staying safe. I don't mean to water down the situation, but in terms of content creation, the peace and quiet obviously gives you the opportunity for your mind to roam. I've been working on so many new video ideas, which you guys are going to be seeing in the preceding weeks and months, but you know, it does help, and it has given me a chance to catch up on like my old vlogs. Most of the vlogs you guys have been seeing, you just saw my Christmas series, which was so late, but then, you know, I felt like I had no time throughout the months coming up. Like I had no time from like January. I felt like once the new year started, it was just so hectic and stuff. So yeah, I do love the fact that it's given me that peace and quiet just to have the time to like recuperate. But in terms of profitability, I won't lie that I'm still struggling with understanding how to make the most profit out of my videos. Like when I met Tayo, I know he definitely explained a lot to me about like key things I should be looking at, like audience retention rate and then engagement, and you know, there's like a whole technical side of YouTube that I'm not really sure of. Until date, I haven't collected my earnings, even though I have passed the earning threshold. They even sent me like an email that they were going to put a hold on my earnings until I confirm my identity. So I've done that, but then I haven't yet gotten the pin because of this whole pandemic stuff. So you know, I haven't really tapped into the profitability of YouTube, so I may not be the best person to answer that question. Tonya Lee said, keep it up. Thank you so much, that's really encouraging. Ramses said, how do you keep yourself busy in the lockdown? And on a personal note, why did you not try to be a model or a movie actress? You've got the personality, look, and charisma. Thank you, very sweet. I feel like I just kind of answered how I keep myself busy. The main thing I've been doing is actually catching up on my editing and my content creation. I obviously spend time with my family. My nephew keeps me very busy. I've been watching shows, you know, doing a lot of YouTube research as well, like, you know, watching other YouTubers, hearing about their own tips and tricks, stuff like that. But then second question, why did I not try to be a model or movie actress? My parents would never have let me. Guys, it wasn't a battle for me to be on YouTube, because like you know, as I had said before, I had started YouTube in first year of uni, and my mom was like, hey, you're putting yourself out there too much. I remember when I was a child, like, you know, when I was in primary school, you would always get all these companies like Dano Mill, Cowbell. They would come to like schools to, I guess, like scout for models and stuff. So they would obviously try and pick me, and my mom would be like, nah. So I don't know, it just kind of got stuck in my head that, see, that path is not gonna work for you. But then I do kind of model now, not formally, but you know, I do like Instagram content for people. Maybe if you send me like an outfit, I'll model it for you. And obviously you guys know I'm a bit thick, so I'm not your standard model size. Prince Ogbimi said, just want to say that you're doing a good job and you're very beautiful. Thank you, Prince, I appreciate that. Shlomo Vlog said, what's your zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio. I've actually addressed this in a Q&A before, so I'll post my other Q&A so you can catch up. Shlomo also said, how old is too old for a spouse? Honestly, I don't really have like a restriction in my mind. I've always believed that age is nothing but a number. And it's so funny because when it's the reverse, like when it comes to me dating somebody who's younger than me, I'm a bit skeptical. But then when it's dating someone that's older than me, I don't really have like a cap. As long as we have like, you know, chemistry and a friendship, then it's fine by me. Israel says, your videos show non-Nigerians like myself all the beauty of Nigeria that is not shown very often. Keep up the good work. Also, you should do an ASMR video. I definitely want to do an ASMR video. Thank you, Israel. And Pretty Cool Precious says, kind of want to know if your mom is a Nigerian. I've addressed this before as well. She's half Nigerian, half British. Okay, next, those are all the YouTube questions done. Now I am going to move on to Instagram. There were lots of questions on Instagram about my relationship. Finbay said, about your new relationship. Rael said, your relationship status. Didi said, how you met your new bae. Sade said, where did you meet bae and where can other people find bae, like that kind of bae type of thing. So I do want to say that all the questions about my boyfriend are not going to be answered. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm in a relationship. Like, you will even probably see him on my channel, but it's not going to be like a thing that I am particularly going to glorify on my channel, at least not yet. Like, the only person that I'm gonna give that pedestal that I would be answering questions about and, you know, discussing like about relationship matters about would be my husband. But yeah, for now I'm keeping that private. But yes, I am in a relationship, I'm happy, and more to be answered later. Okay, next question from Instagram. Clay Car said, what have you been using on your skin? My skin has been very problematic. This is makeup right now covering me. As you can see, there's still a lot going on with my skin, but I am definitely filming a skincare video which is going to be up this month, because I have been doing this other video, a 21-day fitness challenge, and I'm trying to like eat healthier and drink more water, you know, the things that I feel like help your skin internally, because I feel like what I'm doing on the outside, my skin has just kind of reached a plateau. So I will share my skincare journey at the end of May, because I'm hoping that I'm going to notice a difference after, you know, this my diet slash fitness journey too is complete. So please stay tuned for that video. I know I've said this like for the past 6 months, but I've given you a month now. It's coming out this month of May, so yeah, please. Nectary said, how do you take care of your natural hair? It's so healthy. Thank you so much. It's not as healthy as it seems. Like, I do get a lot of shedding, but it's thick and long, and I think that's partly because of genes. I use a lot of products on my hair, but you know, my 3-year natural anniversary is coming up in June, so I'm going to do a specific video all about my natural hair. Okay, City Marie or City Mar said, human rights law as a career in Nigeria. Human rights law as a career in Nigeria is not something that's for the faint-hearted. Let me say that, because there are going to be a lot of roadblocks and frustrations, and the journey is not easy. I think the thing to do is just associate yourself with a very reputable organization so that you can learn the inner workings. It's not something that I can actually start talking about in this video, because even me, I'm a baby human rights lawyer. Tatiana asked, how did you start BeFly? BeFly is my clothing line, for those of you that don't know, and I just started randomly, to be very honest. I obviously, I think in Nigeria it's actually easy to kind of start a clothing line, or I don't know if it's just my household, because the way it is like every Christmas I would come back, my mom would give me Ankara, I'll choose the styles of Ankara I want, discuss with the tailor. Basically, you in Nigeria, you kind of style and design things by yourself, and then your tailor just brings it to life. So all I did with BeFly was just, you know, start mass producing styles I liked for myself. Because I started going for events and premieres in Abuja and stuff, I started sewing more and more of my clothes, and I started noticing that, you know, people wanted to know what I was wearing or where I got what I was wearing from. So I was like, maybe I should actually think of, you know, turning this thing into a business. And then yeah, so if you want to know more about my journey, that one is bigger than this video, because obviously there have been frustrations. I think that's the difference between just, you know, telling your tailor to sew something and actually turning it into a business, like managing people, managing logistics, all the little things that have to come together to make the brand is where the stress is. But the stress isn't actually in the design and production necessarily. So yeah, more on BeFly later. Hopefully my 1-year anniversary, I have been filming some like behind the scenes, so I'm hoping that my 1-year anniversary, which will be on November 13th, I'll be able to, you know, give you guys more of an inside look into the life of a Nigerian entrepreneur. Susan asked, how do I manage my career as an entrepreneur, a YouTuber, and playwoman? It's difficult, obviously, and it's something that I really found hard to balance, which is why I kind of had to put YouTube on the back burner for a while. Mayal, follow up to this question, Mayal asked, Play Network, did you quit? And yes, I have quit my job at Play Network because it was just getting too hard to balance it. Like, the work environment wasn't accommodating anymore. My own business too was also kicking off, so I started finding it hard to balance, you know, my personal business and then, you know, the Play business, because I would want to go to the market and then, you know, I would be late for break, or I would be late to work or something, and then I would get in trouble. So it was just causing a lot of friction, and I'm like, you know, I'm slacking on other things. I'm slacking on YouTube. I'm still gonna start slacking on BeFly if I keep on prioritizing someone else's business over my own. And I feel like, you know, if you do want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you have to know when you need to prioritize your own business and your own stuff, so that you know it can actually grow. Because the more energy and time you spend putting into somebody else's business, the less that you have for your own. So you know, it took a toll on my YouTube, and it was about to start taking a toll on my clothing business. So I'm like, nah, I can't do it anymore. So yeah, it's difficult to manage multiple careers, that I will say. But I guess when you're passionate, you kind of have to find a way to just multitask, because even my life as an entrepreneur and a YouTuber is not easy. Okay, sorry, my camera overheated, so I'm gonna have to wrap this video very quickly. Moyo asked, is it difficult being an entrepreneur in Nigeria? Yes, it is, but more to come in my full video about, you know, my entrepreneurship journey, basically towards the end of the year. Obviously we all know the standard stuff about electricity, lack of education. Those are just some of the basics, but yeah, I can't go into detail. This video is already getting too long, so stay tuned for my full video about that. Tosha Gal asked, what changes are you making this year and still making? The changes I've made this year is obviously my job change. That's really the only change. I did start the year off telling you guys that I wanted to prioritize my personal career and to make YouTube my full-time job. So I feel like I'm definitely working towards that. I'm also planning on moving to Lagos. That's a huge change that's about to happen in my life. So yeah, that's a change that I do feel like I'm gonna be making. I'm just trying to progress, y'all. So I don't know, there's nothing specific I'm necessarily doing. I'm just trying to progress and take the steps that I feel are gonna continue to elevate my life, basically. Okay, someone said, relationship advice for ladies that are being verbally abused. You have to, you know, stand up for what you believe in. So if you don't believe that you should be spoken to a certain way, you just need to make it clear. And if it calls for ending that relationship, then you need to get out of there, sis, because love isn't about abuse. Somebody said, how did you get over your past relationship? I was intentional about what I wanted, and I decided, like, you know, I wasn't gonna stand for the toxicity anymore. So yeah, and obviously prayer and devotion, because sometimes it takes God to like break a soul tie. Digital Kabiri said, what was your favorite movie in 2019? I'm not really a movie person, to be honest. Like, yeah, I'm not really a movie person, so I don't necessarily have, nothing comes to mind right now. But yeah, what was you guys' favorite movie in 2019? Please let me know, so maybe I can catch up on this, you know, pandemic period. Bronze Goddess asks, what are my tips for birth control methods in Nigeria? I think that you need to speak to a professional about that, because obviously everybody's body is different. But I have a vlog all about my experience at Marie Stopes. That's like a sexual reproductive facility that, you know, provides basically cheap, you know, sexual health services for people in Nigeria. So I will be posting that vlog. But if you've not heard about Marie Stopes, I think you should reach out to them. They'll be in a better position to like respond to you. And obviously stay tuned for my vlog about that. Imani Thumb asked, what natural hair salon do you go to? I don't go to any natural hair salon. I've actually stopped going to salons, unless maybe I'm doing braids. And I even have a home braider as well, because I always feel like I always have a bad experience at salon. Like, look at my hair, guys. My hair is so full, and I feel like, you know, people are always overwhelmed, or I just don't like how they're handling it. So I take my time. This hair took me like a good 12 hours, because I washed it, braided it, and I started loosening it this morning, and just to find out that it was wet. So it's like, I just found that it's better for me to care for my hair myself. Gold Joseph said, has there been any time you thought of quitting, and if so, what keeps you going? I've addressed this question before in one of my previous Q&As, but like I always say, it's God that keeps me going. The purpose that I feel like he has destined me for keeps me going. I Marley Mal said, what's your ethnicity? I've addressed it before in my previous Q&A. Please catch up. And she also asked, what does your name Akube mean? I love it, and Dotman said it in his song. Okay, so to handle this once and for all, my Instagram name is not Akube, it's Akubi, and it actually is meant to be like Akubi because my name is Akubeze. So Akubi, B for butterfly, B for Beyonce, who is like one of the most inspirational women in the world, and like B, just like I just like the B, Akubi, not Akube. So yeah, I don't think that Dotman song had anything to do with me. I have no relationship with Dotman. I don't know, but obviously when I hear it, I do dance to it. I hype myself up. Even Mayor Kun, Akube, Balenciaga, I own that one too, but what do you call it, those songs, they have nothing to do with me, and that's not even the way that I pronounce my handle, Sha. So yeah, so I guess that brings us to the end of this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm working on, you know, bringing everything together and being a bit more consistent and disciplined. So please stay tuned to the journey. We're growing, we're thriving. And yeah, I announced before that I opened a new channel so that more of my human rights related focus videos will be on that, the Butterfly Effect Empowerment Initiative. The channel is called the Butterfly Effect. So yeah, please definitely check it out. The link will be below, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Please subscribe and do turn on your post notifications because I'm going to be posting my South African vlog series, so that should be a fun, you know, series that you guys will get to watch. So turn on your notifications so you don't miss that, and yeah, see you next time. Love you all.
My walk and my talk been different. My style and my thoughts been different. I got you.